Hello and welcome. It's an amazing day. We're almost halfway through the year. Summer seems to be in full swing. I know it sure is in our household. And actually, the troops just got home upstairs. So I apologize ahead of time for any background noise you may hear. And also for my summer cold. I haven't had a summer cold and I cannot remember how long. So I'm a little stuffy. I may need to take a little water break for a few seconds every here and there. You may hear a cough. I'll do my best to avoid that at all costs. So, hey, thanks again for being here. We live in a really cool time right now, and I am truly excited for all of us. And here's why. As you're sitting there in front of your computer and I'm talking to you through the headphones here and have these slides up in front, and you're wondering what this eXp thing's all about, you're going to see over the course of this presentation that eXp Realty has utilized technology to completely revolutionize the traditional real estate brick and mortar based real estate brokerage model. It's the one that's been around for over 100 years, and until now it hadn't changed very much. And you'll see exactly how our agent owned cloud brokerage operates, and this will make more sense later, and it'll be obvious to you how and why eXp Realty has grown from 1,400 agents just a year and a half ago, to now over 12,000 agents. And we're here in the middle of June 2018. Company's being called the Amazon of real estate. And that was from Trends Magazine. That gets me really excited when you hear stuff like that. So, whether you're a solo agent, you have a team, or you're part of a team, maybe you own your own brokerage or a franchise, after you listen and watch to what I'm about to share with you, you're going to see the unlimited potential in this opportunity. And naturally, you'll begin to understand how and why so many top agents, teams, and brokerages from all across the country are joining eXp to the tune of 400-ish agents a week. And you'll also learn how this company provides massive life-changing benefits for you, your business, and your financial future. So thanks for joining me today. As you know, I'm super excited here. I'm doing this month's eXp Realty introduction for June. Each month, there's always new announcements, new things going on, fresh ideas, things that have been implemented, milestones, all of that good stuff. And I want to be able to share that with you. For those of you who don't know, my name is Jeff Rubenstein. I'm a licensed realtor, mentor, and entrepreneur. Obviously, I am over the top excited to share this with you. So now, before you watch this presentation, you might not know much about what you're going to see and what you're going to listen to. But during the course of the video, you're naturally going to see and hear some things that will get you excited. Some things about like the model and how you can benefit from it by doing the things that you're already doing in your business as a real estate agent. And then after you watch the video, you're going to see and understand how an innovative modern day brokerage model based on technology has really changed the entire landscape of how an agent owned, cloud based, one real estate brokerage model can work in today's technologically driven business environment. And how you can benefit not only from selling real estate, but also owning your piece of the company, collecting your piece of revenue share, and setting yourself up to be making money long after you've sold your last house and you've hung up the old real estate license. So just a brief history about me and how I came to the decision to join eXp just back here in March, a few months ago. I've been licensed since 2004. I've been with 5 different brokerage companies: Keller Williams, Remax Realty Executives, Brinkman Partners, and Hub Real Estate. I've been with 7 different franchises over the last 14 years, including 3 different local Keller Williams franchises. One of them I did work directly under the current Keller Williams Fort Collins franchise owner to find the building, launch that market center literally from the ground up to now over 100 agents over there with KW and Fort Collins. So, during the 14 years as a realtor and business owner, I've been a single agent. I've been on a team. I've built my own team. I was a productivity coach. Let's see, what else have I done? I taught the pre-licensing course through Van Ed, and I was the Northern Colorado director for a Keller Williams national expansion team, who was actually one of the first real estate teams in the industry to expand across state lines. and who last year actually closed over 550 transactions, and they have 50 plus actively selling buyer and seller agents on the team. And here's the craziest part of all is that just a few days ago, there was an announcement that they joined eXp. That's Group 4610 at Keller Williams Realty. Look it up. Inman just did a write-up on it called eXp Snags Multi-State Keller Williams Team Group 4610. So I thought that was really cool that they've moved over, that they're seeing all the advantages and benefits to what eXp is providing. So after you watch and listen to this presentation, it's going to be really obvious why agents, brokers, and large teams, especially those that cross state lines and do expansion type or are looking to do expansions, and why they're making the move to eXp Realty. So for me, about 18 months ago, I received a phone call from a former Keller Williams agent out of Texas who asked me if I had heard of eXp Realty, to which I told her, no, I hadn't. And she sent me an introduction to the company. I said to myself, I'm totally happy with where I am and I don't need or want to go or check out another company. And oh man, if I had only watched that introduction 18 months ago, my business and my income would be on a completely different level, but I didn't, and that's okay. I'm okay with that because I'm here now. So after that, I started noticing eXp Realty in some of the publications I read, on some social media, different websites, and I started seeing more and more agents moving over to eXp. A lot of them who I personally knew, or I knew the names just simply through connections in the industry. And then one day, about 6 months ago, a friend of mine in Phoenix sent me a Facebook message with a small article about the explosive growth of eXp and comparisons to Amazon and Uber and Netflix. And he had the question, do you think these guys, he was referring to eXp, are for real? And I immediately responded with no, because I was totally happy where I was at. I was sure I wasn't going anywhere. And then I thought to myself, wait a minute, what do I even know about this company? And how could I say no so quickly to something that I didn't even know what it was? So I checked some things out, and I decided to go back to the introduction video that this agent had sent me a year earlier. I knew that I wasn't going to move from my current brokerage. I was totally happy. And I also knew that I should at least find out what the buzz was all about, which is probably the same reason that you're watching this video today. So found a nice quiet place in my house after the kids went to bed. I plugged in my headphones and watched the 30-minute introduction presentation. And whoa, I was totally blown away. How I didn't see this sooner and why I waited so long is still beyond me. Yet, like I said, I'm here now. So once I finished the video, I'm not sure if I even actually finished the video. I picked up the phone and I called the agent who shared it with me, and I said, hey, I watched the video and I want to know some more because I've never seen anything like this in real estate. And I just want to make sure that I'm understanding all of this correctly. So she answered all of my questions, and naturally I became more and more excited about what I was hearing, to the point where I was literally scratching my head, and I said to myself, whoa, I have just seen something night and day different. Not necessarily better, just night and day different from the brokerage model that I've experienced in the past, and that all of us have either experienced in the past or are currently with, and that's the traditional brick and mortar real estate model. So I didn't even think this was possible. And what blew my mind and kept me up at night was that this type of real estate brokerage model had never been seen before, and that there was unlimited potential in this opportunity. It was just so incredibly obvious. It was staring me in the face. So I did my due diligence for a month or so after that, researching the company some more and speaking with some other eXp agents. And after a short meeting with my wife, I submitted the 2-minute application and I made the move to eXp Realty. And again, that was in March earlier this year. Excuse me. See, I knew there'd be one cough. I'm actually going to grab some water here for a sec. Sorry about that. So back in March when I joined, there was just over 8,500 agents in the company. Stock price was around $10 a share. And today, only 3 months later, we're over 12,000 agents in 49 states and Canada. And let's see, it was March 21st. The stock was trading at as high as $18.55 on both the New York Stock Exchange and NASDAQ. So probably want to know what we're going to cover today. So we are going to get right into it. What we are going to cover. I'm going to give you an in-depth and detailed explanation of eXp Realty. I'm going to break it down into these 5 sections. First, I will introduce you to the founder and CEO of the company. Second, I'll go over our business model, go through the brokerage model. No more franchises. You're going to love that. I'll show you our cloud campus environment, which includes live training, real-time support, all of this in the eXp world. I'll go through all the tools and resources in our eXp solutions, basically everything that agents get when they join eXp. And then as far as joining, I'll go over the splits, fees, costs, etc. And then, of course, provide you the appropriate link to join. So who are we? Well, let's find out. This is Glenn Sanford. Let me introduce you to the brainchild, the genius, the visionary, the Gary Keller or Dave Liniger of eXp Realty, our founder and CEO. Now, Glenn was part of the inner circle and a core mastermind group for the technology department at Keller Williams, and a big part of their technological growth within the company. He has a background in Microsoft and working with Bill Gates out of Bellingham, Washington. He spent time as a stockbroker and then went on to become a successful real estate agent in a very short amount of time. And by 2009, he saw a problem that was emerging in business with mostly big companies, especially in real estate. And this was with the massive leases and the huge operating expenses, redundant staffing costs, all the huge expenses that were occurring from office to office to office. You know, when your monthly lease is $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 a month or more, it becomes a burden and a ball of chain type of relationships. So because Glenn is a super techie guy, he said, what if I build the Amazon of real estate, the Uber of real estate, the Netflix, the Airbnb of real estate? So he built the company from this idea with 4 basic pillars, which still remain in effect today. And you may want to write these down. The first one's education. And because eXp was kind of birthed out of Keller Williams, we're very heavily invested in education. And we love to be learning-based and focused and building the skills necessary to enjoy a successful and profitable real estate business. None of this works in any brokerage model if agents aren't selling homes. So we have over 30 hours of live education in the cloud each week. I'll go over that more in a minute. Number 2 is lead generation. At eXp, because we're not paying for the brick and mortar of the company, this helps with lead generation by making sure that more money is put into making sure that eXp agents are getting leads. Number 3, the 5 different ways in getting stock. You can actually be awarded stock in the company for doing things that, as I mentioned before, you're already doing in your business. Finally, number 4, we share in the revenue. Now, again, because we're not paying for any buildings and that long list of associated costs with staffing and insurance and desks, computers, phones, etc., the company can actually afford to share the revenue with the agents. So education, lead generation, agent ownership with shares of stock, and revenue sharing is the 4 pillars that Glenn has based the growth of this company on. I'm going to get to more details in all of this in a minute. But let's go over the timeline of the company so you have an idea of, you know, when things started, which of course was in 2009. So this is not a new company. And as many have asked me about is, you know, when did this company start? What about this new company? It's not new. It's 9 years old. In 2011, eXp was a finalist for Inman's Most Innovative Brokerage. And in 2013, the company went public on the New York Stock Exchange, which of course was huge now that this became an agent-owned company, which actually started in 2015. So there was 2 years where there was stock available, but once we hit 15, there became agent ownership and the Icon program was launched. Check this out. If you sell 25 or more homes a year, you're going to want to pay very close attention to the section of this presentation where I go over the Icon program. Just know this, top producers with eXp, if you're 25 houses or more, you're considered a top producer with eXp, and you're rewarded in ways that are going to raise your eyebrows and drop your jaw. You're going to be extremely blown away by what you can get with being an Icon agent. So 2017, big milestone, surpassing 10,000 agents. And then here in June 2018, we're just over 12,000 agents. We were also recognized by Glassdoor, which is an organization outside of the real estate industry. So that was pretty cool because that has to deal with the best places to work. And that would include our 200 employees that work for the company who go to work also in the cloud. We'll get more into that in just a little bit here. Excuse me. Sorry about that. I'm going to get one more water here. All right. Explosive growth. So, in February 2016, you can see the growth from 13 all the way up until, well, almost now. The slide's a month old and it's already outdated. So February 16, the company was at 1,000 agents, and we're not even 2.5 years down the road, we're at 12,000 agents. And we're adding agents at such an exponential rate that our marketing department can't even keep up with us with getting these slides out. So, hey, if that's the only problem that we have, that's probably a good problem to have in a company that's growing as fast as eXp is. So let's see. Obviously, you can see that the growth of the company has been and continues to be just astronomical. So let's put this explosive growth into perspective for a minute. So a year and a half ago, we were at 1,400 agents and the stock was trading at 83 cents a share. Now we're at over 12,000 agents with 1,500 to 2,000 more agents joining every month, and the stock's continuing to go up. And in a minute, I'll explain why this is all important and how this directly benefits all of the agent owners in our company. Yes, that's what I said, agent owners in the company. That's pretty awesome. You know what's really interesting and something that I never thought of until now? Until I was actually introduced to eXp and started to get to understand the model in a little more detail. For 14 years, I've been telling people to buy a house, build some equity, have something to show for after your working days are over, right? Isn't that what we do? We encourage people to own real estate, and all for good reason. And then we go and work, excuse me, we go and work for a Remax or a Coldwell Banker, Century 21, or even Keller Williams, which is a great company, but we go and work for other people's companies. Now we don't have to do that anymore. Dave Liniger owned Remax. Nobody owns Remax, and he became a billionaire. Gary Keller owns Keller Williams. Nobody owns it. People own little franchises trying to make a profit, but the agents, they don't own any part of the company. I know we just sold houses. In a minute, I'm going to explain how eXp achieved agent ownership, and just keep in mind that a rising tide raises all ships. So let's get into our core values. Company values are really what shapes the culture of a business or an organization. And at eXp, our core values are just more than motivational posters on the virtual walls. They truly do support our vision, and they shape the way in which our company operates and ultimately how the company makes decisions. And when we all follow the same set of values and make decisions in our lives and our businesses based on our core values, it benefits not only us, but others in our company and also in our community. And this is where we can really make a big difference. What's really cool is each month eXp chooses a core value to focus on for that particular month. And we're able to share stories, photos, videos, and anything basically we can think of that relates to that particular core value of the month. It's fun. It also gets people actively involved with the culture and gives them a better understanding of what this company is really all about, down to the core values. I don't think we need to go through all of them. I just know collaboration is huge, and as agent owners, we have a responsibility to collaborate, to share ideas, and to work together. I don't remember where I heard this, but it stuck with me, so thank you to whoever said it. It was with ownership comes responsibility. And the natural and collaborative nature of how eXp was built upon these foundational core values, it resonates throughout the entire company with, everything that I've seen, from our service up front to transparency, from leadership, all the way down to the transaction management and everything there in between. So our business model, I'm sure you want to know what that's all about. We are one brokerage. We're not a franchise. And what one brokerage means is one brokerage. There are no more expensive franchises with eXp Realty. And being part of a local brick and mortar franchise, it does have some limits on the agent's ability to reach out and learn from a large network of other agents. And because of the huge costs that are associated with the franchise model, there's just simply limited opportunities for growth and basically no opportunity for ownership within those companies, as well as limited tools and resources that could otherwise be provided for agents if there was a savings on the brick and mortar piece. So with eXp, we work in the cloud. We have tons of live training, world-class support and collaboration, as well as revenue sharing and equity ownership in the company, which I had mentioned before. And we'll get into more detail on each one of these in just a minute. But let's talk about the cloud campus environment. Now, because we're in a cloud environment, we have no desk fees. There's no building to pay for, and we can work from anywhere at any time with just a click of the button. So we cut back on the overhead of the brick and mortar costs, and the company invests in support, technology, and lead generation for the agent. You can go into your current office and sit in a class or travel for live classes to a physical classroom or hotel, a ballroom or what have you. And there's nothing wrong with that. Those are great. I used to go to tons of classes, and I'd even teach some classes in some of these places. And, we would show up and agents would, we'd take a bunch of notes, we'd socialize, we'd get all excited, and then we'd leave and pretty much do nothing with it. The notes would end up on a shelf somewhere. It's kind of like the 80-20 rule type of thing. So, we have the live training in the cloud and recorded classes, which can also be accessed 24/7. Let's talk about the live training a little bit. So we actually now have over 30 hours of live training every week, not the 15 that's on there. And you may be asking, well, what do you mean by live training? Well, we go to work each day in the eXp World Cloud Campus and can attend a wide variety of classes in real time, or you can dig into the archives of the recorded sessions. Let's say that there's a 3:00 class that you want to go to, and you realize that you had booked a client for showing property. So later on that day or that evening, whenever you go into the recorded sessions and access the class that you missed, you can sit down and go ahead and work as an avatar and go into the cloud campus and take care of that class. So instead of getting in the car, excuse me, at a specific time and driving across town to the office, you can just go ahead right into the eXp world. Now, I know there's some of you that are watching this will say, no way, I can't do that. I would challenge you to take a tour of the eXp world with me, and you'll see how easy it is and how nice it is to go into the office from anywhere in the world, anywhere at any time. So, excuse me, again, message me after the video. I'll send you an invitation to tour the world with me. No strings attached. We'll just go for a nice little walk, a little stroll through that I can show you around. This type of cloud-based campus for live training is being used in other big businesses, especially in universities and throughout the overall education sector. So I got to ask you one thing. Do you think technology is going to get bigger or it's going to get smaller in our lifetime? Bigger, right? Yeah, exactly. So we live in a world where more and more businesses are moving to a cloud-based environment and taking care of the live training that can be supported, as well as, of course, all of the archive classes and training events. So let's talk about the real-time support. We are the cutting edge when it comes to technology. And what do I mean by that? We have over 200 full-time staff, employees, who work in eXp World from wherever they may be in the world. So you as an agent can go into agent services for general questions. You can visit with a state-specific transaction specialist. You can meet with marketing department, the technology department. I mean, the total support for agents in real time in the eXp cloud is truly an incredible gift to the real estate industry for real estate agents. It's so cool and it's so helpful. I've already noticed it in the last 3 months how helpful it is to have that. So rather than sending an email or a text message or leaving a voicemail when you have an important question to ask, you can get that live support from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. No more waiting for managing broker, tech guy to get back to you. International collaboration. We are right now in 49 states, soon to be 50 with West Virginia coming, and then also in Canada. Just last week, British Columbia was just added to the list of eXp territories. And I know that there's some more coming up, especially internationally. So we're really excited about that because it gives us the ability to communicate, share, and learn at a much higher level with other top agents in the company and across the planet. And this also allows us to build teams across states and provinces, and as we continue to grow across other countries. So remember, this is one brokerage for the entire company, which for us as agents means only one nationwide cap. There's no cap for each team in each market or in each office because there are no more offices. It's one brokerage, one cap. We also get to learn and collaborate with one another across the country, which then gives us a wide range of information from different people with different experiences and different cultures and in different markets. So we can make well-informed choices in our businesses and with our clients and work our referral business with each other. We can either meet in groups or individually in meeting rooms in the eXp world, where we also have the opportunity to openly share ideas and best practices. All right, let's get into agent ownership. Now, excuse me, how do we make you an owner at eXp? Let me grab some water here. It's actually pretty simple. We have what's called a publicly traded company on both the New York Stock Exchange and NASDAQ. And you can find it under the ticker symbol EXPI. It's publicly traded. You could buy stock in it right now if you wanted to. So it used to be like 20 cents a share when there was only about 400 agents in the company. And people were laughing at it. And hey, I don't blame them. I would have laughed at eXp too if I'd even heard of the company back in 2013. Then when it went to $1, $2, and then a year and a half ago, it was at $3.70 a share. Here's the crazy thing. On May 21st, just a few weeks ago, the stock price was at $18.55 a share. Now, I'm not saying it's going to continue to go like that, but what I am saying is that no other company out there is offering stock in their company. So you're already at zero. This is only something that's going to benefit you in addition to the sales business that you're already creating for yourself. So here's how it works. Remember earlier when I told you that you can earn stock for doing the things that you're already doing in your business? Well, there are 3 ways that you can be awarded stock in the company. You get 50 shares when you close your first transaction. You get 100 shares, excuse me, when you fully cap, and you get 100 shares when an agent you sponsor closes their first transaction. So let's say you close your first transaction, you get 50 shares of stock. So that's 50 shares of stock at, let's just say, for example, $16 a share. What's that? That's $800. And then you become a stockholder. Yay, congratulations. You're now an agent owner in the company. Woohoo! So you get 100 shares of stock when you cap. So that's another $1,600 based on this example. And our cap with eXp is $16,000 a year, and our split's 80-20. There's no franchise fee. There's no 6% fee. There's nothing else after that. When you cap, you go to 100%. I'm going to go more into that here in just a minute. So with the $16,000 cap, and in this example, you'd have $2,400 in stock, the 800 plus the 1,600, subtracted from the 16,000, and now is basically effectively a $13,600 cap for doing what you're already doing, selling homes. I hope that makes sense to you and why I subtracted that out. The company is rewarding you in stock, which at that current dollar amount that I mentioned, or average of 16 at this point, gave me those numbers there. So, and then when your sponsor or when you sponsor an agent, or he or she closes that first transaction, you get another 100 shares of stock. So you do the math. These numbers can all add up again for doing what you're already doing anyways. Then there's the Icon program. This is way cool. And this is what I mentioned to you earlier. If you're selling 25 homes or more, you have or you're a broker, you have a team that does big volume, you're going to love this. So check this out. You can be awarded up to $16,000 in stock after you cap, and then sell another 20 homes within your anniversary year. Excuse me. Now remember, the cap is $16,000. So think about it. If you're a high producer and or you have a team, I know some people that do this in a month. They pay their $16,000 cap, and then in a month they get the $16,000 back in stock. So you're bringing revenue into the company. So the company's going to reward you with more ownership and more stock in the company. They want you to keep doing that, and they want you to keep helping build the company. Then there's the agent equity program. And that's where you can choose to have up to 5% of your commission. You can do 2%, you can do 3% of the commission from each transaction go to buying stock at a 20% discount. How cool is that? It's kind of like an employee benefit plan, except that we're not employees. Agent voice in the company. Having a voice in how the company operates and how decisions get made, especially ones that affect my business and my income, is very important to me. It should be important to you with your company as well. With eXp, the Agent Advisory Council is really a representation of the core value of collaboration. And it comes into play as agent owners and senior leadership work together to make sure that the company's better for everyone, that things are moving forward, that everybody is benefiting, everybody's making money, everybody's happy, and that the company is continuing to grow. All right, single agent revenue share. I'm going to grab a little bit more water here. We're almost done too. About now is usually when people start to go, wait a minute. I think I need to investigate a little bit more. I need to learn a little bit more. Hopefully I'm going to answer some of that now. Yet I also encourage you after this to definitely do your own due diligence and research. That's exactly what I did. So, okay, single agent revenue share. There's actually two types. There's single agent and then there's multi-agent. Here with single agent revenue sharing, you can be paid up to 3.5% of the gross commission that comes from company dollars for each agent that you, in turn, introduce to eXp. And this amount caps at $2,800 per sponsored agent annually. So that's in their cap year. And there's no limit to how many agents you bring to the company. So all of the revenue share is paid out through company dollars, not from the agent's commission. I think that's really important to understand. So if you bring on an agent and they cap, in our market, what's that, like 8 to 10 houses a year, 16,000 into the company, 20%, 8 to 10 houses approximately at $400,000 a house. That's $2,800 in your pocket just for bringing an agent in that does that. That's actually controllable by bringing in capping agents. Let's get into multiple agent revenue share. So multi-agent revenue sharing, this is where you have the opportunity to create a solid stream of income by helping grow the company by adding quality, ethical, and producing agents. It's pretty simple. Let me show you how this works. And this is usually where the rubber meets the road and people say, oh, wow, okay, there's actually a model for that. You'll be surprised at how this all shakes out. I am so sorry about that. I'm going to do one last big thing of water and power through this. All right, so here's how it works. You can bring as many people into the company as you want. There's no limit. And you can get paid up to $2,800 per agent per their calendar year, and then it resets again. Once you bring 5 agents into the company, you unlock the level 2 revenue sharing. And when those agents bring 5 more agents into the company, you unlock level 3, and so on until you reach level 7, where it actually jumps to 15 agents by going from 20 to 40. This is how Keller Williams has paid their agents profit share for 25 to 30 years. We basically copied their distribution system, which it's not patented, and we use it to distribute. Here's the big difference. We use it to distribute revenue. They use it to distribute profit. This will continue to make more sense and really sink in as we go. So here's an example of how it works. Let's say that you bring on 10 people and they cap. So you get $2,800 per agent times 10. So what's that? $2,800. 28,000, excuse me. What if you tell 20 and they cap? That would be $56,000 a year. And this is outside of your regular sales business. Now, let's say that in the example you have 10 in your first level. What if one of those agents tells 10 more? Those 10 wouldn't be on level 1, they'd be on level 2, which is now worth $3,200 a year in revenue share to you per agent. So if you have 10 agents on level 1 who cap, what do you get paid? Or level 2, excuse me. So you have 10 agents on level 2 that cap. You get paid $32,000, right? Simple math, 3,200 times 10. Well, what if, let's say, 3 of your 10 did that? That would be 32,000 times 3, which is $96,000 a year, plus your $28,000 a year for the 10 on your first level. So collectively, that's $124,000 a year, and we've only told 10 people. So this is the same way that KW pays their agents. But like I mentioned before, they do it through profit sharing. And they are a real estate company that shares profit. eXp, I lied, I had one more. eXp is a real estate company that shares in revenue. That's the big difference. Okay, we're going to move on from that. You may have questions. I'm happy to answer all those and go over that in more detail. We'll also be talking about that in all of our live events. eXp World, welcome to our world that is transforming our real estate experience and that of our clients. So the world, it's a unique cloud-based brokerage, and we operate from what we call the eXp World. This used to be the office of the future, but the future's here now with eXp Realty. We're doing it now. You can be in the office from wherever and whenever you want. You don't even have to take a shower, get out of bed if you don't want. You can work in the cloud campus anytime you want. Meet with a client, meet a colleague there. No more trips to the office to attend to meetings and go to a class. Just log into the world, and there you have your office, conference rooms, an auditorium for bigger events. There's specific departments with live support and more. So if you want a personalized tour of the world, let me know. I'll be happy to send you an introduction to it. So the campus is actually made up of a number of buildings and structures, just as you would see in a real world college campus. So when you enter into the world, there's an information desk right there to help get you where it is that you need to go. You know, you may have a tech question, or you're looking for a mastermind session or a state monthly sales meeting, or you could be going to one of the larger presentations such as the leadership meeting, which is every Friday. Everybody from Glenn Sanford all the way down to individual agents are speaking with regard to exactly what's going on in the company. Super, super cool. We also have a teleport button where you can just click it and zap to a particular room, or you can walk through and say hello to people and check out what else is going on there in the world. The ability to work from home and anywhere is obviously a huge benefit to real estate agents who are on the go. And to get live support, especially from state-specific services. So, you know, understanding that we don't have to go into the office to get something or to meet with someone, it's a massive time saver. It's good for the environment. There's another core value, sustainability. We want to definitely be good stewards of our environment. So this is what it looks like. It sounds exactly like what you're hearing now. Everything is a real voice. As I mentioned, we're an avatar that works in this cloud-based campus. This is just an example of what it's like to walk through some of the different areas. There's some grassy areas. There's a place that you can drive some boats. There's a soccer field to kick a soccer ball around. You can wave hello to people. You can do backflips. You can dance. This is one of the classrooms. There's somebody presenting right now. Those live boards up there are interactive from the person teaching. There's a chat box down below where they can put in documents and website addresses, tech services to walk in. The auditorium, like I mentioned, for the larger events. This is a view from the stage. You can see each of the avatars there has their name above their head. It's pretty cool. Once it reaches 100 or 150 people, the avatars go away. And the names, they turn into like gingerbread cookie looking things. So this is an example. This gentleman presented. This lady is walking up to do her presentation, and it's just such a fun place. I was a little nervous, of course, at first, as I'm sure you were. But the more and more that I'm in there, the more fun that I'm having. I'm still getting all the same benefits of what I would be getting if I was actually going into a physical office. I'm actually getting a little bit more, in my opinion, because everything is it's right then and there. There's not a whole lot of waiting for anything. It's just very convenient. All right, let's talk about the eXp solutions, tools for productive real estate agents. And I want to let you know about everything that is provided for eXp agents to help you run and manage every aspect of your business. So this is where real estate agents, for the most part, are spending the majority of their budget. Things such as a CRM, websites, especially leads, electronic signing and document storage software, email providers, you name it. eXp provides every tool that an agent, team, or broker needs to run a smooth, seamless, high-producing real estate sales business. And I'm going to go over each of those here in a minute. Excuse me, let me grab some water. All right, let's go to the eXp Enterprise. All right, this is where the back office is. Okay, I like to compare it to the mothership, like in Star Trek, when it comes to your complete business integration. And this is where you can access everything in your business, from your personal profile, your website, your CRM, the training calendar, press releases, the full marketing suite of tools, production reports, cap status, equity reports, you name it. Everything's in there. It's available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's basically a one-stop shop for your entire business. And because no other company exists like us, it's been built from the ground up with the goal of promoting agent efficiency and being able to get things done quickly and seamlessly. There's no need to log into multiple sites and have all these windows open and tabs bogging down your computer, and everything's just all in one place. It's super, super nice. So SkySlope, this would be the transaction management system, does all the same things as DocuSign or Dotloop, those types of softwares. It's totally paperless. All of the files are reviewed by a transaction team and approved by the state broker in SkySlope. The transaction coordinators will distribute the authorizations directly to the title company within seconds after your file is approved by the managing broker, and you get paid at the table. There's no more waiting for checks. First Workplace by Facebook, super, super cool place. It looks like Facebook, smells like Facebook, feels like Facebook, but it's only Facebook for real estate agents with eXp employees and staff. And it is so cool. This was totally new to me. I didn't even know it was out there. Excuse me. Now that I've had some time to use it, I'm getting so much value from it, from all of the different groups in there, interacting with other agents across the company, referring a lot of business back and forth. You could be one of the first in your area potentially to join on with the company or one of the early adopters and really take advantage of some of the referral opportunities that are going to come as the company's growing so fast. Get all the company announcements and leadership. It's super, super useful, super useful. The CRM and lead generation, obviously an extremely big and important piece of every real estate agent's business. Every eXp agent gets a choice of Commissions Inc. or KV Core, which is a brand new CRM product from Conversion. I think they actually bought out that company, but I don't know. You also get a front, not that important, front-facing, consumer-centric and customizable lead generation website. Do you ever wonder how the teams that are selling 100 houses a year, 300 houses a year, 500 houses a year, 1,000, how they're doing it? Well, they're doing it with a bulldozer type of system, such as one of these. Let's break down the cost of these. If you were to go out and buy them on your own, KV Core is $1,000 a year and $600 a month. So that's $7,200 in your first year. Commissions Inc. doesn't have a startup fee, but it's $1,600 a month just to use it. You don't even own it, and you're going to pay $19,200 in that year. And if you don't like it after 3 months and you're in a contract, which you are, You're going to spend that 19 grand, and you are going to be shocked when you hear what we pay for these services. I like to say when you hear what we don't pay for these services, because it's ridiculous compared to what it is on the open market. All right. I am really sorry about the coughing, you guys. It actually seems to be getting worse the more that I'm talking. So the marketing suite, it is amazing. There's everything in there. I've gone through every last little piece in there. It's got everything that you could possibly imagine for your business. And that's the marketing suite is powered by Breakthrough Broker. And if you know any of their stuff, it's all awesome. They've covered every base for just about every, I'll go ahead and say every agent need. There's nothing that you need that you don't have in there. Business cards, brochures, signage, direct mail pieces, and it can all be customized to fit your brand and represent you and your business with eXp. All right, joining eXp, how do you become an agent owner? This is usually the part of the presentation where agents start to ask themselves, all right, well, what is it going to take to join? What is it going to cost? I'm just kind of curious now that you've provided all this crazy information that I am really, really wondering what is up and what would it take to join. So here we go. We're now a true player in the industry, and we're no longer just a concept or an interesting idea. People are paying attention, and agents, teams, and brokerages are moving to eXp because they see the benefit to them and their businesses, and they see the incredible value that eXp is creating for real estate agents. So as you can see, other industries are taking note of what eXp is doing in the real estate space. I love that, the Amazon of real estate by Trends Magazine. You know, this is the kind of stuff that gets me excited, and knowing that this is an unlimited opportunity, it's like we want to get this in front of every real estate agent out there. Let's just start with Northern Colorado, and let's build this business up from here. You know, with your help and you doing what you're already doing, which is selling homes, we can grow this company together to become the largest real estate brokerage on the planet. It's already on track to be doing this. It's the numbers that are getting put up have never been seen before. All right, the fees. I know that's what you want. No desk fees, no royalty fees, no franchise fees. One brokerage for the entire company. We operate in a cloud-based environment. Because of that, we've created a company where there are no desk fees. There's no costly brick and mortar. There's no desks. There's no royalty or franchise fees because there's no franchises. Commission cap, simple, $16,000, 80-20 split. After that, 100% split for the remainder of your 12-month cap period. Sell another 20 homes after you cap during that period, and you can earn that icon status I mentioned, where you can get $16,000 back in stock. I'm just blown away by that. There is a $250 transaction fee for each of those 20 transactions after you've capped. And then it drops to $75 per transaction from that point forward. And that's just up to $500, and then you're done after that. So all of those tools that I mentioned to you and the resources, I didn't talk about the Google Suite for Business, which I should have, but like I said, everything that you need to run your business, you get for $99 to start up. That gets you everything, including 1,000 business cards and some presentation folders, a couple other goodies. There's a $50 a month tech fee, okay? That is to help continue to grow our technology. There is a $420 a year eXp University fee, which includes the 30 hours a week of live and recorded training and classes and 24/7 access to the eXp world with the offices and client services, conference rooms, support staff, all that good stuff. And that fee doesn't come out until your first transaction. So you don't have to pay that up front. It's literally $99 to get started. The $420 will come out of your first closing. $25 broker review for compliance, and then just a $30 risk management fee, which covers your E&O insurance. And that caps at $500 a year. That's it. There's not a whole lot else to talk about with regard to the fees, cap, and all that stuff. So becoming an agent owner, how does this all work? Here's the deal. So we had 1,400 agents a year and a half ago, and today we have over 14,000. So I have a question for you. If 1,400 agents could become 14,000 agents in a year and a half, what are 14,000 agents going to do in the next year and a half? I personally think, and so do a lot of other people with eXp who know a lot more about the company than I do, that we'll have somewhere between 30 and 40,000 agents in that time frame. Now, here's what everybody doesn't see coming. What Coldwell, Century 21, Berkshire, Remax, Keller Williams, what they don't see coming is that 20,000 of those agents are really, really, really excited about this company. You know, when I was with Keller Williams, I was really excited about launching a new market center, bringing great agents into the company, building my profit share, and building a high-powered sales team. And I'll tell you what, with eXp, I am 10 times more excited than I was with Keller Williams. And I was excited about KW. And in a year and a half, we'll have between 20 and 30,000 agents. And that's what nobody sees coming. And that 20,000 will turn into 100,000, just like that. Boom. And then here's the deal. You know, why is this a big deal? Check this out. There's 206 countries in the world, and there's 25 million real estate agents and brokers worldwide. There's going to be 2 million eXp agents worldwide by the time this is all said and done. It may take 10 or 15 years to get there, but Coldwell Banker built their company to over 100,000 agents. KW built their company to over 150,000 agents, and they're selling franchises, and people are signing leases and spending $50,000 to $100,000 a month to keep the doors open. It just doesn't make sense. So we have the opportunity, you know, to spread the word, to join eXp, to take advantage of this incredible model that's been created and share it. You know, we're going to be opening all across the world. Call somebody in Mexico or the Philippines or Australia, or, you know, this is how Amazon put Macy's out of business. Did you know Macy's closed? Well, Macy's, JCPenney, and Sears collectively, the big three, they closed 250 stores last year. You know, Borders and Barnes and Noble, gone. I used to love going there. They're gone. 10,000 travel agents, gone. Technology's here to stay, folks, and it's showing up big time in the real estate brokerage model. So don't think of this as an opportunity just for your real estate business in Northern Colorado. Think of this as your business for that you can spread your wings throughout the entire world. You know people locally, you know people in other cities. You know, what would your business be like if you decided to link arms with other knowledgeable, ethical, and producing agents, and you help build this company and share in the revenue? See, the bottom line here is that eXp is doing some amazing things. And now that we've been introduced to a night and day different model from the traditional brick and mortar real estate brokerage model, things are changing. They're changing quickly. So here it is. Become an eXp agent owner. Talk to me, ask me questions, do your due diligence, do what you need to do. And then your next step, just go to join.exprealty.com and put your application in. It takes 2 minutes. And here's the thing. It's important that you do it now because it used to only take about 48 hours to get agents onboarded. But excuse me, now, due to the huge number of agents that are joining the company, it could take 10 days to 2 weeks in some cases to be onboarded. So what starts the clock ticking is going to this website right now and applying. It's just an application. It doesn't move your license. We are not going to contact your broker. It's completely private between you and eXp. If you go and do it tonight, nobody's going to know. The application will ask you for a sponsor, and that would be the person that introduced you to the company, which in this case would probably be this video from me, or if somebody sent you to watch it, that's awesome. Make sure you put their name down. They'll send you a 40-page document that's written by the attorneys, go through all the stock awards and the caps and the fees and stuff. This is how you do your due diligence. Go through this stuff. Sign it electronically and submit it. That gets the process started. Again, it doesn't move your license or any stuff like that. The mistake that agents make is they wait too long. They do their due diligence for 3 to 4 weeks, and then they decide to make the move. They got a few listings lined up, and they say they're ready to join, and then they got to wait a few weeks to get onboarded. So start that clock ticking now, do your due diligence, and get your application in. So if you have any questions or you want to know some more about eXp, especially what we're doing on a local level here in Colorado, you definitely need to come to our next free live event, which is next Thursday, June 21st, 3 p.m. at First American Title in Fort Collins. They've been so nice and gracious to host us there. We'll also have a local wine representative who will be serving up some wine. You're going to come enjoy a glass of wine with us, and we'll talk about business. We'll answer any questions about eXp Realty, and we'll do a deep dive, get you everything that you need to know, help you make a great decision for you, yourself, your business, your future, and all that good stuff. So thanks again for watching. I'll look forward to seeing you in the cloud.